Hey, what's going on with it, ladies and gentlemen, ponies and gentlecolts? This is the one, the only criticism guy 2009, aka Nintendofreak2011. Before I begin this video, probably got Powerade orange juice style. You know, got to keep the battery juices flowing. I mean, humanly speaking. So before I begin, I got two things to warn you guys ahead of time. Number one, I might have to do a part 2 of this video just in case, and number two, just a little bit of a disclaimer before I begin. Basically, I've been seeing a lot of these people doing the 90s shit, and they did it like maybe even 4 or 5 years ago, even though I'm a little late on this. I did do this last year in October for my Nintendo Freak channel, but fortunately one of the videos got flagged because of copyright infringement and shit like that. Pissed me the fuck off a little bit, but you know what, it's all good. So yeah, hopefully you can see the top 10 best freaking 90s cartoons of all times, and I've seen a couple other people do their videos. The only 5 cartoons I've been seeing the most out of their top 10 list is either the Powerpuff Girls, SpongeBob SquarePants, what else was out there? Rugrats. What else was in the 90s that was pretty fucking huge? I think they had Doug a couple times. And oh, I know they had this really big ass one which I'll get to at the end of this video, but I might have to do a 2-part of it, which is trying to remember the freaking cartoon of that. I think Dexters Laboratory. It was either that one or I'm trying to remember the other name for it. Dexters Laboratory or Cow and Chicken a couple times they had in there, and it was pretty fucking huge. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, without further ado, real quick, let's begin. I might have to do a 2-part video, like I said, ahead of time. So number 10, we got the Angry Beavers. Oh my god. Let me tell you something about the Angry Beavers. I know one of my subscribers. She's on my Nintendo Freak channel too, which is awesome. Name's MLP 90's Forever. Definitely check her out. She does really good YouTube poops and reaction videos. So if you want to get entertained, she's the girl to definitely check out. Angry Beavers, for me, in my opinion, it's about these 2 beavers, which is Daggett and Norbert. Which Daggett is the darker brown one. He's always pissed off and angry all the time. And at that time, I used to be a little angry and pissed off myself a couple times back in my childhood. Not all the time, but a few times here and there when bullies would get me down and shit, which I had a lot of fucking issues with that. Not this shit nowadays with cyberbullying, where like you say something on the internet and then like you get butt hurt and shit. No, I'm talking about physical, getting punched in the fucking face kind of bully, And that's kind of the way I am today, because once I got into middle school and high school, I used to get into a lot of fucking fights. Let me tell you that. And I have to do a little bit of race, which I'm not gonna offend anyone out there. So I know I got some black people that I'm sub to, like Jay Miller Speaks Out, Misanthropic one, 3TR Topic Review. No offense to them, because I got a lot of respect for them. But yeah, it was mostly black people that used to fuck me around back when I was in elementary, middle school, and me being Latino, sometimes I wouldn't give a shit about that. Sometimes I would. It kind of made me hate them a little bit. But once I got into high school, a lot of that shit changed, and I was a lot more chill with them after that. But yeah, other than that, Angry Beavers is about Daggett and Norbert, and Norbert, he's the more the calm, cool, and collected, like the way I am now. I really don't give a shit. I just shoot out the breeze anytime I'm out of work or anything, or going out to the gym and hanging out with friends and all that shit. Whenever I do get a chance to do that, every once a week or a month. Another cool thing about Angry Beavers was that they had love interests, but they didn't really get too much into them. And yeah, they always used to get these crazy antic adventures. I think one of them was this real famous black dude. I forgot his name, but I think his name was Barry in the show. I thought he was funny as hell because of what's it called? He used to be all like jazzy and disco-y and all that, which I thought, in my opinion, was pretty fucking awesome. They did these crazy antic adventures. I remember the first episode a long time ago. They had to move out because their parents kicked them out or whatever, so they had to build their own beaver dam. And ever since then, Norbert, he always gets his way. All the better shit, and Daggett, he always gets stuck with the crappy shit. So I can hella relate to Daggett. Nowadays I can relate to Norbert a lot better. He's a lot more calm and mature about things. So that's Angry Beavers in a nutshell. And I love the intro song too. I would love to play it, but then I'll end up getting fucking flagged again. I don't want that shit to happen again. Hold on. Coming in number 9, motherfucking Johnny Bravo. It was for Cartoon Network. The other one was Nickelodeon a long time ago. And this time, I don't know what it was, but, shit. Anyways, I just got out of work earlier, too, because if you're wondering I'm a little tired, you know what? It's about Johnny Bravo. Basically, he's a complete idiot. He's kind of a dumbass, but in a funny way. And he's got his little, like, neighborhood annoying neighbor girl. She was younger than that when she got older. And then his mother, I don't know what it was, but, they never, like, ever show their glasses like me. That's kind of like I am. I don't ever show my real actual eyes. Only sometimes I might, once in a while, but not all the time. That's only if I'm not drunk or tipsy and shit. And I'm not drunk or tipsy at the moment. I just don't like doing that shit. But you know, you get the idea. So you know, it's about him going this crazy antic adventure. He has another annoying friend. I didn't have him in the picture, but his name's Carl. You know, he think it was the same voice that played Mandar from Dexters Laboratory, which I'll get to later on in this video. But for now, about Johnny Bravo, you know, he was basically trying to get with the ladies and shit. It's kind of inspired me to try to get some bitches every now and then, but I wouldn't get punched or slapped in the face. Maybe once or twice out of my life, I might have gotten slapped in the fucking face by one of my exes back in the days, about 4 or 5 years ago. But that's ancient history, you know? But yeah, 2 other things that were funny about this show, you know, he used to go on antic time travel adventures, and another one they used to do shortcuts where, like, it was just about Johnny Bravo. There was one particular episode was about Scooby-Doo. He goes with Shaggy, Scooby, and Velma and all of them. I thought it was funny as hell. He tried to go with Daphne, and then Fred's like, oh, I'm not going to get your shit. No, hell no. It was funny as hell. But yeah, that's Johnny Bravo in a nutshell. They actually had a couple DS games for him in the future, but we'll get to that in another video one day. Coming in at number 8. I don't know if any of you guys remember this shit. God, this shit was so boss. Not Henry Review. This is for later. Hold on. Fucking rocket power. Oh my god. This shit was boss as fuck. He had Auto Rocket, and then I forgot his sister's name, but she was awesome shit too. She was one of the more reasonable ones. And he had one of the first fucking Latino motherfuckers that were on here, which was Twister Rodriguez, which he was a huge inspiration because at that time it was mostly a lot of either mostly white people that were on the show or like black people on the show. You barely saw Latino unless he was like some ghetto ass like Puerto Rican or some shit, a stereotypical bank robber or something, or a criminal. There's some fucking white people, some of them they want to fucking criticize us, no pun intended on my name, but thinking that, oh, we're all illegal immigrants or shit like that. Well, that's not true, obviously, but this was the late 90s, I think. And then he had the little nerdy white dude, which his name was, forgot what his name was, damn, what the fuck was his name? Shit. I think his name was Sam or something like that. I don't know, Sammy. But yeah, basically he was the nerdy one. He never got ladies or anything like that. And then they always had their Uncle Tito and stuff like that, which is funny as hell. It was basically all based on California, which I didn't know at that time until way later on when I came out here to Vegas. Which I was like, oh, that's what it was based on. So it took me like 4 or 5 years to realize that after the show got canceled. But they used to do all these like X Games, ESPN type of shit. You know, they used to skateboard, rollerblade, surf. The California kind of lifestyle, you know, like, what's it called, Santa Monica Beach, what's it called, the other beaches, I forgot what they were, Venice Beach, even a couple other ones where I've been to, Huntington Beach, and this other one I'm trying to remember at the top of my fucking head. Something Beach, I forgot what it was. I know Morning Mind, she was in the video over there. I think it was Malibu Beach, I think, that's what it was. But yeah, basically, you know, they just try to live their lives off as middle schoolers and shit and doing all these crazy stunts. They even did videos at that time, which is even way before YouTube came out until 5-6 years later at that time. And they used to do extreme sports videos and shit, so that's rocket power for you. Let me get to the other one. This fucking remote never fucking goddamn works. Hold on. Fucking KaBlam. Oh my god. Coming in at number 7, I think. Yeah, number 7. I thought this was a pretty badass show. You know, you had Henry and fucking June, which I think to me June was kind of a tomboy. She didn't really give a shit about Henry. He was the one that always got hurt and hit all the time. It's kind of like how Dag and the Normal were, the dynamic duo. She was always a smart one and the calm, cool, and collective one, and then he was always like the dumb, obnoxious, angry, pissed off one, which I thought was funny as hell. The less intellect one, if you will, you know? I thought it was funny as fuck because they used to show all these cool ass fucking cartoons like Penny. They showed Prometheus and Bob, which was a claymation thing. It was about a caveman and a, what's it called, an alien. And then the next one was Action League Now. This is way fucking before Robot Chicken came out, so this is a pretty big deal at the time. You know, it was pretty bad fucking ass, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, you know what, in a nutshell, it was a boss movie. Show. I wish they would have made a movie out of it. These are, and every time they used to go to commercial breaks, they always just say, KaBlam! That shit was boss. We need that shit nowadays in this generation, because this shit that they're showing, like the shitty ass fucking Adventure Time and fucking that Chum Chum thing or whatever, that shitty ass fucking live action thing, Incredible Crew, which I think is stupid as fuck, or Annoying Orange. I don't know how the fuck they went from YouTube to the TV, but they're still shit as fuck. I'm sorry. This really needs to be like back in the freaking picture. But yeah, that's KaBlam for you. And coming in at number 6, I'm thinking it's 6. Let me see. Number 6, Two Stupid Dogs. This wasn't really on too many other people's top 10 lists, but in my opinion, It should have been, because I think it was right after they made Secret Squirrel and Pop-Up Girls. This was a pretty badass cartoon. It's about these two dogs. They didn't have no names. I don't know why, but I know the other one for Secret Squirrel, there was him, and there was Morocco from Hanna-Barbera Productions. One of the last freaking cartoons that Hanna-Barbera made before they got, like, ran out of business in 2000 or 2001. Besides Johnny Quest and shit. And they used to go on crazy, stupid antics too. You know, he was the dumber one. He was a little bit of the smarter one, the smaller one. And then they used to go with this guy, this butcher guy or whatever. You know, he always used to say, "Isn't that cute?" And then he said, "But it's wrong." You know, he always used to yell in their face. He was kind of like a drill sergeant. You know, he always used to have this crazy antics. He always used to take their out of their money and shit. You know, it pissed me off a little bit too, but I thought it was cool. You know. And he always used to say, "Kick the cans, kick the cans." You know, he always used to be like the enthusiastic one, if you will. So that's two stupid dogs for you. Okay. Number 5. This wasn't on a lot of people's list either for some reason. It was only on a couple. Cat dog. Oh my god. Every time I would come back from my 4th, 5th grade at that time, I was like in elementary school right before I got into middle school. I used to love going on Nickelodeon and going to check out my stuff. This is way before TiVo and all this DirecTV and Cox shit existed. I think it was Adelphia TV back then. I used to love watching this shit. I used to love Dog. He was more my favorite character than Cat was. Cat was kind of boring as hell. I didn't like him that much. He was kind of a little bit of a pain in my ass. I didn't like his shit a lot at all. Because in my opinion, he was boring. You know, he might have been more intellectual, but like he wasn't that great. The voice actor for him was awesome, but not the personality. I didn't like him. And Dog, he was just crazy, carefree. You know, he lived his own little life. He didn't live by the rules. He was a fucking rebel for the win. And I loved that about Dog. And then you had the greaser dogs, which used to like kick Cat's ass all the time, but they never kicked Dog's ass. They used to call him Cat Butt or something like that. And Screech, one of the ones that she used to have a crush on, she used to have a crush on Dog, but she would never tell Dog. And then Lube is a dumbass one that doesn't have any legs or nothing. It was pretty funny. And then there's this other thing, his name's Mr. Rabbit or something like that. Green Rabbit, I forgot his name. There's so many awesome characters on there, it's hard to decide. This is kind of like a spin-off of Rocko's Modern Life, which I should have put that on the list, unfortunately it's not on there. I might do a bonus one after this if I do a part 2 video on there. But yeah, another cool thing about it is they lived in a fish in a bone house, which I thought was cool. Real cool. Because fish in a bone, what cat or dog doesn't like that shit, you know? They love that shit. I love the crazy antic adventures they had. The plot line, the story was all there. It was literally heaven on earth when I watched this cartoon. It was just awesome as fuck. I'm sorry. And coming to number 4, if I can find it. Courage the Cowardly Dog. I've been wanting to get this one out so long. Another real cool one I used to watch when I was in 5th, 6th grade at that time. Basically, they used to show it on What a Cartoon, and then 2 years later it ended up being an official cartoon after that. And basically it's about Courage, this guy right here, which I have like another picture of him, but I don't feel like showing it. It's not scary enough. So a lot of 90s kids, I don't know why, but I guess I was one of the few that really wasn't scared of it. For me, I actually thought it was enjoyable. I thought it was funny as hell. I used to laugh my fucking ass off every single time, literally. It's about Muriel and Eustace Banks, yeah. He's the one that's supposed to be taking care of him and stuff from all these evil monsters, these demons, witches, ghosts, cats, dogs. My 2 favorite was Cat's cat, the one that had the red skin and everything, and the Egyptian cat, and then the other one was France de la Duck, the duck thing, whatever. He was French. He had that real French accent. He said, "Oui, oui, monsieur," like that shit. And I thought it was pretty kick-ass. I love the music in there. The music and the orchestral music, beautiful fucking combination. I used to laugh so fucking hard. I didn't get creeped out or nothing. I didn't get scared. I didn't give me nightmares. I thought it was funny as fuck. I'm sorry. All my other 90s kids out there, which are probably like 21, 22, 24, maybe up to like 30 at the most. Maybe some of you get crapped or shit your pants when you saw this cartoon. For me, I thought it was funny and hilarious as hell. I used to laugh so hard at that, especially when he did like his like his head or his brain will fall off. Crazy, it's funny as hell. I thought it was awesome, and the games were pretty badass too. So that's number 4 for you. Number 3, Dexters fucking Laboratory. Who didn't like this shit as 90s kid? Tell me one person that didn't like this. Unless they didn't like Hispanics or not, because he kind of had like a Hispanic accent, but like a Barcelonian Portuguese kind of accent. Let me get my drink, hold on. But yeah, you know, Dexter, you know, he had the older annoying sister Dee Dee, which I could kind of relate to, because back in my days, I didn't have an older sister, I had a younger sister. She used to annoy the fuck out of me. crazy as fuck. I'm not gonna get too much into detail on it, but I will say this. Those are crazy ass fucking arguments we had. Anyways, yeah, so I could relate to Dexter, even though I wasn't a boy genius or nothing, but still, I was far from that. I mean, I wasn't a dumbass, he was kind of average. So yeah, his mom, his dad, and his sister, like, his mom and dad didn't know that he had a lab, but his sister Dee Dee did. She always used to blow up, destroy his experiments and his machines, and he'd get pissed off at that. And his arch rival, Mandark, which was the same dude that did Carl from Johnny Bravo's voice, he used to, like, try to destroy his lab as well. And then he had a crush on his sister Dee Dee all the time. And then he had a couple other shows after that, but they weren't as good. And then they got canceled. I know there was this one episode they said they cut it off for Cartoon Network. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to see it. They used a lot of cussing profanity, because at that time I was really fucking into it. I used to cuss like a fucking sailor. I still do cuss every now and then, but not as much as I used to, you know? There's a time and a place for that. Like my work and job, I can't do that shit. I'll probably get a fucking check or whatever, you know? A warning, right up. I don't want that shit. I actually got another picture of him, which is him and his fam right there. You know, he's just looking like a boss right there, and his parents don't know anything about it. There's one that was called Dexter's Family Go. That one was a good ass fucking cartoon. And coming in at number 2, I was actually going to save this for my bonuses, but I'm going to put it on now. The Wild Thornberrys. God. This was a badass fucking cartoon. You had fucking Eliza Thornberry. She could talk to animals with Darwin and Donnie. Nobody could understand them, not even Eliza. And her older sister, Debbie, I had a huge ass fucking crush on that blonde bitch. She was beautiful as fuck. I would love to hit that shit. And then had Nigel, which was played by that one dude that was in Home Alone and Muppet Treasure Island. I think it was in Men in Black too, I'm not sure. Men in Black 3, excuse me. That came out last year. And then you had the mom, which I don't remember her name. I think it was Elena or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, they're basically a family that used to go in this little thing called the convy or something like that, which you can't see it in this picture, but you can Google it yourself. And then they made it in 2 movies, Rugrats and Wild Thornberrys, which I never got to see, which sucked. But then there was another one that was all about Donnie's parents. I saw that one. It was pretty sad because his parents ended up dying or got killed by a lion or tiger, or they got killed in a flood or something. But yeah, other than that, you know, another cool ass thing about this cartoon is that they went all over the planet, literally. You know, they didn't just stay in one spot. I think they were supposed to be born in California or something like that, San Diego or some shit, LA. And then they went to that out of that life to go all over the fucking planet to just record animals, which was awesome, you know? Another thing about recording, way before YouTube even existed, which was awesome as hell in my opinion, you know? But yeah, that's all I had to say on number 2. Getting into number 1, this was a couple people's on number 1, but I'm just going to put it up there because it is a badass. Dragon Ball fucking Z. Jesus God, this thing literally fucking changed my life 2 years after I found out about Pokemon and shit. Which I have Pokemon on this list, but I forgot to bring it up, but I'll leave that as a bonus. So, Dragon Ball Z, God. I never got to see Dragon Ball. I only saw like 2 episodes of it when I was in med school a long ass time ago. It was a lot bigger out there than it was in the US for some reason, but it's all good. I had cousins and relatives out there. They were cool with it. What can I say? This thing really doesn't need no introduction. I know 3 months ago they just finished putting that thing out, Battle of the Gods, so you can tell this franchise is still going pretty big. And speaking of which, hold on a sec. I don't know if I got it with me. I guess I don't got it with me. But anyways, yeah, I had a couple of Dragon Ball Z shits like Raging Blast and Budokai Tenkaichi, which I only rented that one. I didn't get to buy it. But it was a boss game. Another cool ass thing about this shit, which was really, really badass. Let me see if I can find it. You know, basically he's a boss, Goku. You know, he fought Frieza, Majin Buu, well, Cell, Majin Buu, and a couple others. And they made GT, then it didn't end up doing that good, unfortunately. It sucked. But it did pretty badass. The games were great, the shirts were cool, the toys were badass. I used to have 2 of the toys, but then I lost them. I think I lost one of them, and then another one got stolen, which sucked balls for me. My middle school years, which was the early 2000s, if you're wondering. And another cool thing was the Super Saiyan thing. God, I used to love wanting to do that. Every 90s kid probably loved doing the Kamehameha, that type of shit. I was dead locked. That was my crack cocaine at that time, seriously. Another cool thing is I used to do Destructo Disc. There was a couple demonology stuff that I was involved with, but I thought it was bad fucking ass, in my opinion, literally. Vegeta was my favorite character. Besides him, the other one was probably Krillin. He was pretty kick-ass too, you know. And Yamcha was chill too, but mostly Krillin. He was boss, even though he was an Earthling, but he was still cool as fuck. Not gonna lie. You know, Super Saiyan Goku could go to Super Saiyan God now. It's unbelievable how far this franchise has gone. So I'm gonna show you just a quick sneak peek of what's it called? Alright, you already saw those. Hold on a sec. I'm going to show you the sneak of my, what's it called, my bonus 90s, which was cool as fuck at the time, but not as big as they used to be. Barely Odd Parents. This shit was boss as fuck, I'm telling you now. Cosmo and Wanda, you know, they helped Timmy Turner, which was played by Tara Strong, which nowadays she's doing Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony. She's been a real long career on her own. There's Fairly Odd Parents, you know, I'm not going to get too much into detail with these. My mouse can cooperate with me. What else do we have? Oh, there goes Pokemon. The first Pokemon, I actually had a shirt of this one a long time ago, but I had to give it a charity. Kind of sucked balls, but probably wouldn't have fit in me now. And a couple other ones. Oh, there's another Courage of Cowardly Dog there. You can't see it, but I can. Wild Thornberries. I'm trying to think of another freaking 90s show that I had. Oh, excuse me. I just burped if you didn't hear that. Another one, which I'm trying to fucking find. I cannot find it for the life of me. Cat Dog, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Huh, it's not over there. That's fucking weird. Oh, Rugrats. God, Rugrats was a boss freaking cartoon. There's a couple other ones I got, but I'll do it for a bonus maybe another time tonight. So hopefully you enjoyed this shit. Like I always say, is what it is, and when I see you, when I see you, have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Like, comment, subscribe, and take care. Peace out, laters, and have a good Friday. Hopefully you guys watch Iron Man 3. I'm going to watch it tomorrow because I'm tired of shit. So, you guys take it easy. I'll see you soon, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, okay? Have a good day. Peace out, and I will see you around, okay? Lates, goodbye, and what else can I say? Don't drink and smoke at the same time, alright? You take it easy, Lates. I'm out.